Hello students, good morning. Here so we start with a new chapter of SST class 7 or history portion. In previous video we have discussed of chapter 4 emergence of new regional kingdom, and in that we have finished up to all northern or North Indian empires including Jaunpur, Kashmir, Bengal, Malwa, Marwar, Gujarat, Khandesh. But today we read about South Indian kingdoms, and two prominent South Indian kingdoms had been flourished themselves in that time, and we see that was of Vijayanagar Empire and Bahmani Kingdom. Students, if we talk about Vijayanagar Empire, there King Krishna Dev Rai, who ruled from 1509. If we talk about Krishna Dev Rai, prominent ruler of Vijayanagar Empire, ruled from 1509 to 1529. And if we talk about this time, 1509 to 1529, 1526 was the time of first battle of Panipat, where Babur annexed North India. Means it was time that the reign and the rule of Krishna Dev Rai was going to end in 1526 or in 1529. That time was in North India, Mughal era was started, and they annexed Ibrahim Lodi and Delhi Sultanate. And after that, if we talk about at that same time in South India, Krishna Dev Rai and his further generation succeeded in making strong position of Hindu in southern India, and we see he flourished his kingdom up to further. So Krishna Dev Rai was one of the greatest emperors of the South India. Under his kingship, the Vijayanagar Empire attained glory. He annexed the fertile Raichur Doab and defeated the Bahmani Sultan and King of Odisha. So if we see this Odisha, here Telangana, we see Andhra Pradesh, okay, and Karnataka. So this whole regime, somehow whole South India was in hand of Vijayanagar Empire from Karnataka, and Krishna Dev Rai was a prominent ruler. So Ashtadiggaj, as we have discussed in earlier video. So today we will going to discuss about administration of Krishna Dev Rai, because Krishna Dev Rai was a prominent ruler of Vijayanagar Empire. So students, he was in his administration something was happened for the welfare of the people. It was totally welfare oriented administration of Krishna Dev Rai, and the king directly controlled the administrative system of the state. So he was head of this kingdom or empire, and administration has been taken whole thing in his hand and administered direct-handed. And we see he was the head and supreme leader of the state, assisted by the council of ministers. So students, like present time, our king or prime minister has been assisted by council of minister. Also that time he has council of ministers, and by help of them he administered well. And if we see, the Vijayanagar Empire was divided into 6 mandalams, provinces. Students, provinces means this time state. So he divided his total empire in 6 mandalams, in 6 provinces, or we can say states, and smaller than them district, that means nadus, and these mandalams were divided in nadus, that means districts, and that districts were divided in gramas, that means villages. So students, villages were the lowest unit of administration of the Vijayanagar Empire. So he was a well administrator and had been taken welfare of people. And if we see economic conditions of Vijayanagar Empire, trade and commerce flourished during this period. the newly emerged regional kingdoms had trade links with the Portuguese. Spices such as black pepper, cardamom and turmeric were the main items of export. So students, we see the South India had been biggest exporter of spices from ancient time, and you see that from that time Portuguese were settled down in southern India and started firstly business in India. So if we see, so the export or business or trade of southern India that time was up to Europe, up to Portuguese in Europe, and we see spices such as black pepper, cardamom and turmeric were main items of export. So business of these spices has been with Portuguese, that means Europe that time, by sea route, as usually you know, that Silk route. And we see the kings encouraged agriculture and built many tanks, dams and canals for irrigation. And if you see, the agriculture was also in its zenith, and they used to encourage agriculture, they built many tanks of water, dams and canals for irrigation. And students, from where this administration or administrative policy had been taken, and from where we are going to understand or know what was exactly happened. So these totally were taken from the records of traveler who has been traveled in India, some European traveler, some North African traveler were came to India and traveled here and wrote about the condition, the economical condition, the administrative condition of that era and that time. So from that records we are going to able to know and understand what was exactly happened. So if we see foreign travelers who visited the Vijayanagar Empire, so this was very crucial time of that age, and if we see, it was time in North India, Mughal era was going to start. So that time so many foreign travelers had been came there. If we talk about foreign travelers who visited in southern India or Vijayanagar Empire, from where we can check the record of that rulers. So in name of them, we see the first name Ibn Battuta. So Ibn Battuta was a foreign traveler. He came from North African country, Morocco. Students, you have to know North African country. In African continent, if you see in African continent, in North Africa, upper of Algeria, there is Morocco. You have to see map. So he came from Morocco. Morocco is a North African country, and he visited in all Muslim countries, including India and China also. And he gathered all information from there, and we have been provided some information of Ibn Battuta's traveling records of Vijayanagar Empire that we came to know about their administrative system. And if we talk about other different foreign travelers, was Niccolo di Conti. Niccolo di Conti. So first I will talk about Ibn Battuta, who was a North African traveler. North African country Morocco. He was a Moroccan traveler. He was a Muslim. Ibn Battuta. He wrote his things in Muslim languages, and he came in India and wrote the Vijayanagar Empire's criteria and their administrative system in his book. And if we see Niccolo di Conti, an Italian traveler. He was an Italian, that means European traveler, and visited Vijayanagar Empire during the reign of Devaraya I. So these two travelers visited in Vijayanagar Empire, and records of them show us that how the administration was there. Students, we move further, page 45, end of the empire. So students, We have seen Krishna Deva Raya was a prominent ruler. Some successors of him were also prominent and did and performed well. And if we see some dams, tanks, and canals, product of irrigation had met there, and administrative system and administration was also welfare oriented of people of there. But somehow that empires come to end. If we talk about that story, some Deccan powers of Mughal eras forwarded there, and they started, end of Vijayanagar Empire, and there was a battle fought, Battle of Talikota, and in that battle, Vijayanagar Empire got ended. And if we see that empire was started and ended in southern India, and the Deccan powers included Mughals declined that era. We talk about in our book. So after the death of Krishna Deva Raya, the Vijayanagar Empire became weak. So as I started from this topic, 1509 to 1521, that means Babur has been in India in 1526, and the last of the empire of Krishna Deva Raya. So he was a good ruler, but after the death of him, Vijayanagar Empire became weak. The neighboring kingdoms of the Deccan united and defeated the Vijayanagar ruler in the battle of Talikota. So students, you have to know in southern India that time Muslim rulers were in effect, and they connected themselves, and they became against of Krishna Deva Raya, and in battle of Talikota they defeated Krishna Deva Raya and had ended of Vijayanagar Empire. And we see this was in 1565. So it was not the time of Krishna Deva Raya, it was the time of his successor. Okay, so Krishna Deva Raya rebelled themselves. It was good opposition from Krishna Deva Raya's side, but the successor of him after the death of Krishna Deva Raya became weak and lost their lands in the hand of Deccan powers which were united that time. And if we see, after the battle of Talikota, Vijayanagar Empire got end, but it was prominent rule. And activity 1, collect Tenali Rama's stories, enact a play on any one of them in the class. So students, nowadays it is not possible to play drama in class, but you can play this drama in your home of Tenali Rama. You can collect some historical events from the book of Tenali Rams, or if you search for Tenali Rams, you get to know about more of Vijayanagar Empire. Students, so students, if we see about our next topic, today's topic, the Bahmani Kingdom. So students, this Vijayanagar Empire was mainly Swaraj and Karnataka, and have been forwarded and immersed themselves up to Odisha, Telangana, Odisha, and this time of Andhra Pradesh and this whole southern India. But Vijayanagar Empire ended, and if we talk about Bahmani Kingdom came into existence during the time when Delhi was ruled by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. It was founded by Alauddin Hassan in 1347. So this Bahmani Kingdom was started of time of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and in 1347 it was founded by Alauddin Hassan. The kingdom extended from the whole of northern Deccan to river Krishna. So up to northern Deccan to river Krishna, this Bahmani kingdom was there, and the kingdom extended. So Gulbarga was its first capital, but later it shifted to Bidar. So this is also part of Karnataka, nearby Vijayanagar Empire. Bidar and Gulbarga, part of Karnataka, was Bahmani kingdom, and Firoz Shah, Bahmani and Mahmud Gawa were the most powerful rulers of this kingdom. And if we talk about the most powerful rulers of that kingdom, Firoz Shah Bahmani, by whom this Bahmani kingdom started, as you have to know, and Mahmud Gawa were the most powerful rulers of this kingdom. So students, today we started Bahmani kingdom and concluded Krishnadev Rai and Vijayanagara Empire. But in Bahmani kingdom, we are going to know more in next video. Just today we have started, so you have also have to be encourage yourself to know more about Bahmani kingdom and search more and more. In next video, I will take Bahmani kingdom with start and rulers like Firoz Shah Bahmani, Mahmud Gawan, and Deccani Pardesi conflict. So, students, in today's homework, I have to know and I have been enthusiastic of that the map checking quality or map seeing quality or draw any area and region on the map had to be in all students. This is my favor. So students, for that today I have a homework. You have to make two kingdoms, Bahmani, Vijayanagara Empire and Bahmani kingdoms on map. Okay, in homework, and I have to send down my number. And for that you are going to collect the information of that time and which area and which regions has been evidenced and has witnessed of that time. So you have to do a map work of Vijayanagara Empire and Bahmani kingdom and write a small story and summary of that rulers and regimes and what kind of conflicts were there. And in next video we will forward deeply the Bahmani kingdom. Today we concluded deeply the Vijayanagara Empire. Okay students, till then have a nice day.